Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail with the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. When the dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the fifth. Remember, we're about deliverance. Deliverance from the things that ill you and deliver you to the things that heal you. That's what we do over here. Let's get to it. We got a special guest coming today. But before we get to that, you know what we got to do. We got to get the intro in. New intro coming to you.
Yo, Melly Man, what's up? From BX to you a lady fan. It's your man. What's up? This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mines. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mines. You know the vibe. If you gon' tell a gangster story, need to let a gangster tell it. And for the record, a gangster ain't never telling. A gangster gon' keep his mouth closed and die felon. 10 toes down, lace up your chucks and grab your weapon. I'm reppin' for my section. My mom big steppin'. Hype gang if he visit the turf and he ain't checkin'. He ain't gang, he just riding the wave. Another cow about to find him a grave. It's in the gang. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mines. This is for the gangsters. Shout out to the gangsters. Postman posted with them gangsters. My homies be on gang time. All my homies throwing gang signs. I keep it real, I cannot fake mines. You know.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. Shout out to SAG, Dwayne Harvey Hartfield, a.k.a. SAG, a.k.a. Man Hatter, a.k.a. Sun Joe. What's good, loved one?
What's happening with you, my brother?
Man, you know me, man. I'm just in the moment, man. In the moment. Anytime I'm speaking with you, I'm always in the moment. I'm always in good company, and it just, you know, the spirit is right. Like I say, man, you know the vibe. What's happening, SAG?
Shit, not much, bro. Not much at all. Just blessed to be alive. I'll take that.
Yes, sir. But first, I'd like to say, before we get started, SAG, I want to say rest in peace to this rapper, R&B Rock, who was shot to death sometime today at a Roscoe's while dining with a girlfriend. Allegedly,
Lord.
the girlfriend shared the location, and bam, you know. And he was allegedly had been showing off some jewelry earlier today. So, you know, rappers, please be careful when you come to these streets, man. You come to this concrete jungle, man. These dudes out is hungry. Ever since PPP and EDD been gone, it's been really, really, really treacherous out here. Shout out to SAG, man.
This is recent?
Yes, happened today, SAG.
Wow. Where about, California somewhere?
It happened at Roscoe's on right there on what is that over there off of what is that? La Cienega?
Oh Lord.
What's that, Roscoe?
Yeah,
In Inglewood.
Okay, and somebody come up there and kill him, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
my condolences, bro.
That's where we live at now, SAG. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I wish it wasn't like that, you know. I wish it, you know, that people would, you know, just wouldn't follow that, you know what I mean? Because
I see Boosie getting in some mess, huh?
yes.
Boosie getting in some mess. See, I'm not saying, you know, I'm hearing he being accused of shit and no more. People saying he know more than what he's saying, etc. But that's what happened when you're in everybody's business, you know. Cause one time they came across my timeline on that Terrence dude, the gangster dude from New Orleans. And I made a comment. I said, Boosie talk too much. And one dude said, well, he'd be talking facts. I said, well, I never said he wasn't talking facts. I just said he talked too much. I said he seemed to be in everybody's business. And sure enough, he in everybody's business, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seemed like. And now this one might be a little sticky for him right here. This one.
Yeah,
So
well,
I don't know though, man. I don't know what's happening with that girl.
Every day he's having a shout out let me shout out the mailroom, man. Shout out to Chili Willie, shout out to King Mike Marks, and of course shout out to the Postmaster General Marlene Williams, Casper, and Rodney, of course, and man, and Sadaroni. I think I might be pronouncing it wrong. Sorry if I butcher your name. And Dominique Merriweather. What's happening? Man, listen, SAG, man. We live in the time that we're living right now. We don't recognize it because we came from a different era, bro. And that's why I put the heading of the thing is where you break down the science, because you have a unique way of breaking down the science and looking at things in terms of which they need to be looked at. But I want to take you back, man. 68. You moved on Rose Street, correct?
Correct.
What was that life like there then? Say.
Joyful, happy, anxious. We just had our adrenaline was pumping, bro, for some reason.
Right.
When we moved there.
Right. You're right, because it was a new beginning. It was a new.
Yes, sir.
It was new all the way around. You know what I mean? We had the bike shop down the street, the Swin bike shop. We had the carburetor shop. We had Mr. Fight's Auto Parts. We had the liquor store. We had everything. You know what I mean? That was like right there in walking distance. We had two parks that was in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? And I think that you and I probably met for the first time. I think it could have been 70 when we started playing Little League baseball. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, my first season was actually 71.
Okay.
So I played 71, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
It was 73, but I actually played 74 because I dropped sports in 75 when I went to the 8th grade. I started playing sports after that.
When we was playing Little League, at that time I played on the Dodgers. There was the O'Bannons, there was the Romars, Kenny Landreau, Huey Brooks also came from that park, Dennis Young, a countless of dudes that actually became pro ballers. You know what I mean? There was the Hicks, Freddie Hicks and Reggie Hicks, with later on became Paru. You know what I mean? There was
I remember them brothers.
Yeah, there was just a lot of people. Willie Patterson, that Willie Patterson can sock a ball straight out to Santa Fe, man. Dude could put wood on the ball, man.
Someone was hitting the factory wall.
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah.
They used to make TV dinners across the street over there somewhere.
Oh yeah, that was the Mexican place. They made Mexican food and stuff.
Yeah, you could smell them TV dinners they was cooking up over there. Some used to hit the wall. Wow. Some used to hit it actually out the park and it land on Santa Fe, and bounce over there. Now I actually hit one that went out, but mine's bounced on the basketball court. It went over the fence. It went over the fence out the park. Right. But I ain't never hitting clear out the park like
to go out the park. That was the John O'Bannons and John Pace, Big John Pace.
John Pace. Ivan Brooks might have went there.
Ivan Brooks.
I think Tiger McQuillan went a couple times.
Tiger McQuillan. You remember Tiger? Lorenzo Romar. It was about. I mean, it was so nostalgic back then because we had the snack bar, we had the batting cage, we had
the we had that camaraderie because our parents had to work the snack bar together, stuff like that. You know what I mean? The Washingtons, I remember the Washingtons. They
Right.
parents was vital to the Oaks Park Little League. Yeah, so that's where that camaraderie sets in from the beginning with us. You know, because our parents had to intertwine with one another. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because they
saying?
was the coaches, and the
Yeah,
umpires,
and
and the
stuff
team
like that.
leaders and all
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But
If your son needed a ride to practice or to the game, it'd be somebody, dad or mama, come get him. You know what I mean?
right, absolutely.
And stuff like that. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
in 72, 71, 72, something happened, SAG. And that what happened was it's probably the first time we laid eyes on Tookie. And what was that experience for you when that
Yeah.
happened, SAG? How did that did you think did you ever think we'd go back to being the same after that moment?
I mean, we was we was right in the center of seeing another evolution come to terms. You understand? Like we been had gangs, been had them,
Uh
but it was just something about the Crips. You know what I mean? Just something about them dudes. We talked about that earlier,
uh-huh.
and we see the impact of it, and we was actually there, Melly, to witness the growth of it. You know, and then we became participants ourselves. But
Right,
Tookie, Tookie, the name rang before he showed up to Compton. You
right.
understand me?
Shout out to OG
And
Steve.
then when we hear, hey, and then when we hear, hey, y'all took your own pine, we gravitate to that, homie. You understand?
Right,
They used to work out in front of the Red House. You know, they used to work out, lift weights there. I used to see him riding around in the city, you know, in that Promise Chevy that he had back then.
right.
Uh, and I also seen him involved in the community. I mean, going in our stores, in neighborhoods, and I seen him in the park with Donald and them on occasion. I seen him on Willow one time with Wayne and them on occasion. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I seen him the the what stood out the most was that time I seen him and Jamil together at Boys Market, how they had everybody's attention, bro. You
And
know how they
take us through that moment because that was something that was a sight to
yeah,
see, man.
Boys Market was between Tamarind and Willowbrook tracks.
Uh-huh.
Uh I don't know what the other little bitty
Thrifties.
piece of street that used to be right there that
There was
ended at
Thrifties and
Willowbrook.
Boys Market.
Yeah, we go over there and get the ice cream at Thrifties, yeah. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, I was already up there when them two dudes pulled up. You understand me? And they got out the car, homie, and they didn't have no shirts on, and they had overalls on, but they had the overalls dropped down though. And
Uh-huh.
it seemed to me that they must have just got through working out a little bit because their wingspan was out. You know what I mean? So their arms was flared out.
Right.
And man, it was just something about they walk. It's like they was bouncing on air, like, bro. You know what I'm saying? When they walked, you know what I mean? And I mean, everybody attention went on them dudes, man. I mean, people who was like in the parking lot attending to leave didn't leave. Those who
They
was coming
paused.
in the yeah, they all had to pause. Those who was coming in the park didn't, because they end up stopping I mean, all eyes on these dudes. Everybody who was coming out stopped in their tracks, watching these dudes. Anybody going in was doing the same thing. And then it was two ways in because my sister Beverly worked like 20 years at that boys market.
I remember that. I remember that.
And it was two ways to get in. You know, it was like the south 2 doors and the north 2 doors. Now the north 2 doors is where we used to go in to cash the bottles in, where they collect the bottles and you get your money for your bottles. Remember? Oh, they went in the south though, and when they had to go in, when they had to go inside, their arms are so flared out, homie. They couldn't walk in like normal people. They had to turn sideways to go in the door, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I seen them two just go in the door like in sync with each other, bro. And it was something else to me. I mean, it was like paramount to me. And then, you know, I was in the comic books.
Right.
And you know, in comic books, all the heroes and even the villains, you know, look big, strong, and masculine. You know what I mean? And that was like looking at it in real life, bro. You know, when I seen them two.
To add context to what you're saying, it was the same thing. First time I ever went to the concert was in the Forum. It was in the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when them dudes walked in, man, the whole concert just paused and was just watching them.
I bet they did.
To see what they were going to do. And they would just walk around parading with their shirts off, just flexing. You know, they call it breaking out back then. You know, they breaking out, you know. And yeah, but it was an interesting time. And I want to not to hold you there too much longer, but I want to understand, what was it that captivated you? Because you, I, and nobody else, Cynthia, or none of us woke up and say, hey, when I grow up, I'm going to be a Paru, or I'm going to be a Crip, or I'm going to be a Damu, or I'm going to do a hoop. None of us did that. But what was it that was so captivating about this gang stuff that we just latched on to it?
The attention. It was the attention that it brings you. You know, like I told you, I say, you know, the Crips stole my dream. You know, we had a conversation earlier this morning, and like when Snoop had that song, they say they was all in class. They say, "What you want to be when you grow up?" And I want to be a fireman. All that Snoop said, "I'm gonna be a motherfucking hustler." Remember?
Yeah.
Ain't none of us was on that mentality. Like these boys, you got boys who actually probably said exactly what Snoop said in that song. You know what I mean? But kids like us, we all had the opposite. You know, like you said, at 6, 5, 6, 7, we all had some kind of idea what we wanted to be when we grow up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sure enough, bro, I wanted to play middle linebacker in the NFL. My idol was Dick Buckus.
Yeah, that's a good idol right there, because that Dick Buckus was a hard hitter.
That was my dream. I wanted to play the position like he did, bro. But like I say, the Crips came out, homie, and they got my attention. I became fascinated with them. I had cousins who was involved with it, so I was kind of up close and personal.
Gotcha.
And it was just at the time, I was a kid, and I was too small to participate. But my mind was made up to be one, so I was just so anxious to get old enough to be one. You know what I mean?
So you was like standing in line, so to speak.
Yeah, just like these boys. That's like I said, it's our duty to detour these kids now. But these kids ain't really following us. Now we got kids listening to us, but they're not following us because we know we ain't in the trenches no more, Melly. You know what I'm
Right. Shout
saying?
out to Western
We,
Ave and Asiatic Supreme.
or Western Queen on it because I can't see the chat, bro. And when I try to hit this thing, it kind of took me away, so I didn't want to do nothing else.
No, well, don't do nothing
Yeah.
else, Zach, because you on a good road. You breaking some stuff
Uh,
down right here, man. So
uh,
now that you seeing this stuff, right? You witnessing right before your very eyes some stuff that was like this. It was out of the norm. It wasn't nothing normal. It was new, but at the same time, you was intrigued by it. You know.
yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because, like I say, it was something
Shout
about
out to Rodney
the
Scott.
about the Crips, bro. Because I seen other group of guys, that you could say was gangs, maybe, but they was hustlers and stuff like that, but they'll fight when necessary, and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, it was just something about the Crips, homie.
Right.
You know,
That's why I say the hood postman is deliverance from the things that ill you and delivery to the things that heal you. That's what I'm about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And sometimes we have to break down the science of these things to better understand why we delved in so deep and so soon, without it was like nobody checked the door and see was it good. You know what I mean? How you go out and say, hey, SAG, is the coast clear? You know how we used to do that?
yeah,
We didn't
yeah,
do that when it came to that situation, man. We didn't understand it, but we felt like we should be a part of it for whatever reason.
yeah,
I still ain't quite
yeah.
put
But
my
like, like,
head
like, like,
around
like
that.
you say, homie. Like we was talking earlier today, and you saying we say our parents didn't raise us to become what we end up becoming, bro. You know what I'm saying? See, like when I was explaining earlier when we first moved in January '68, and I was telling you the excitement, the adrenaline, and all that. That fed off our parents because our parents was felt liberated.
Uh-huh.
You understand me? They felt liberated. See, uh, the Civil Rights Bill went in effect in '65, but it wasn't
Right.
honored till around '68. You understand when they started honoring
Yeah,
it,
because they
bro?
was redlining. They was redlining our
Yeah,
parents, and our
yeah.
parents was finally able to
There it
buy
is.
property in
There
the
it
areas
is.
that which they hadn't been able to buy a property in. You know what I mean? And that's how
So
we wind up where we
that
wind up.
that's
And you
why
guys,
us that's why us kids who was getting into the suburbs was feeling how we felt.
shout
Because
out to Big Devil.
we was feeding off our parents' energy. Our
Right.
parents was feeling liberated at that time. I remember when they killed John F. Kennedy, and all our parents was out there crying, saying, he was gonna help us, and that's why they killed him, and we was listening to this as kids. When we hear our parents cry and they outrage on Martin Luther King, we heard that. When they did Malcolm X, we heard our parents cry, they anger, they frustrations. You see what I'm saying? And all this was going on at the start of the liberation. They were still knocking our leaders down, bro. You
Right.
understand? But they still didn't want us having and etc. So our our parents was going through some things. It wasn't affecting us as much because we was immature and we was children and kids and carrying on. But we was right there in the midst of it. The Watts riots, all that activity, that civil unrest and protesting and things that was going on back then. We
We're
was
gonna get to that question, Blue
witnessing
Money
that
Mar.
as children.
We're gonna get to that question. I like that question. But what I want to ask you, Sag, is that during that time, man, because before we even start accepting what we accepting, we start for whatever reason we start striking it up before we accepted it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was the same for you, but I was writing, where I was from before I actually was accepted from where I was from. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In order
I
to
know.
get people to not acknowledge that I was a part of this, I would like hit it up on the wall, bam, 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 bam. Or
Exactly, and that's when me having the father as the police set in, bro.
and that's what I
You
was getting
know,
to, man. How
and
was it?
niggas, I
Go
used
ahead.
to show up. I show up and shit on my bike. Oh, that's the police son.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That shit used to piss me off, Melly.
man. When we see, hey, we straighten up and fly right. We see Mr. Hartfield pulling up in that police car.
Kizzy and them called it, all the little homies called Pops Gangster Fields. They go Gangster Fields. I'm like, why y'all calling Pops Gangster Fields? He always got a hat on his head. Yeah, but hey, I had, man, shit. It took me. I had to. I had to ruffle up a little dirt, Melly, to get in the car, man, because I was the police son. You know what I mean? Police son. After they seen enough out of me, shit. I had Wayne say, shit, the police son got more heart than all you little motherfuckers. Because
How
I was trying to
influential?
impress, man.
Yeah.
I
How
was trying to
influential?
impress.
Right.
You say what? You say
Thanks.
what now?
How influential was Donald Norwood and Killer Wayne presence in the neighborhood? Besides gang banging, was they making money?
You say, was they getting money?
Well,
Uh,
somebody asked that
uh,
question. They like, how influential was
well,
Donald
I mean,
Norwood?
niggas wasn't having no get rich schemes, but when niggas need money, they get money. And the quickest way to get money was to rob something. So most of
Yeah,
it was, back in the early days, they robbed, That's what
I used to see.
when Big Bro Ruben say him and Salty and them went to camp, he said they was robbing them liquor stores and shit. Remember? And say
Right,
them two, that's what my big cousin them used to tell me how they was getting their paper back in the day. And we were too, starting out in junior high school,
right.
We say that's man, shit, we need a few dollars. We gonna
I
stick something
remember.
up. I mean,
I remember SAG. I remember Duck used to go to Orloff Meat Company and put 2 or 3 cases of meat in my car. I'm like, man. He said, no, just pull up in there, and we gonna get the meat. And we go. I said, Duck, we
no,
can't just pull up.
I heard he
Duck
was
say,
getting
trust
extortion.
me.
Yeah, I heard he was in the extortion business. I heard he was, but I wasn't running around with him to speak on it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I was with
Yeah,
him, and because I'm
yeah,
like, Duck.
I know you were.
Yeah, I was
But I'm
like,
just
Duck,
saying,
man, you sure we can do this?
I heard it was a few joints in the hood chipping him off.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, stores and other businesses, etc. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, that was different times. So, Sag, what was it like when you first? And we don't have to really talk about what got you there, but the YTS. And I know you went from camp to Fred C. Nellis to YTS. So YTS is like the top or the harsher part of youth authority, right?
Why
Am I
why
correct?
why TS wasn't for chumps in that era.
Okay. So when you got
In
to
that era,
YTS, what was that experience for you?
when I got to YTS, I had already known of YTS. Um, I knew about the riot that happened there. I knew about the couple murders that took place in YTS. So everybody, if you go to the youth authority, it's like YTS is the big house or the youth authority.
Uh huh.
YTS was like and they really didn't like to put you up in there too young unless you was vicious, bro. You know, like when I came to YTS, it was some guys there, they was 19, 20. I left at 19 because of my sentence. I was sentenced to 5 years. I was sentenced to 5 years in the California Youth Authority. I did 4 birthdays during that time frame. But I didn't do 4 years. It's just my birthdays fell. You know what I mean?
Who were some of the people? Was Mac Thomas, Huncho, Salty, Big Ant, were they still there or had they gone?
Well, like I was telling you, when I got there, I was there with Big Ant, Skull, Nugget from Raymond, Donald McQuilla was there, Peabody from Denver Lane came while I was there, Marcus Nunn came while I was there. I think Donald McQuilla was gone by the time Marcus came, though. Sparks from Raymond, we all was on A and B, the orientation unit together at YTS. Sparks from Raymond. I can't really say right now who all offhand who was all on the orientation with us at the time, but me and Sparks ended up on UNV with Big Ant. Big Ant was on the back end of his time. Skull was like on the back end of daytime when I got there, but they was there the early years when Mac and Salt and Dinosaur, Bruno, Tight Eyes, all them type of dudes was in there then. But when I came, they was all gone. As a matter of fact, I was still on the streets when Salty got out of YTS and got killed. So Salty got killed in 76. And I went to YA 7 months after Salty.
Okay.
About 7 months after Salty. Yeah, but when I got to YTS, they were still speaking on guys like Ray Boyce, Salty, you know, things like that when I got there.
Their reputations were still there.
Yeah, the deeds they done up in there was still being spoken upon.
Okay.
You know, you know what I mean? It was
right.
Them stories are still being told. Wow, he did that. Wow, they did that. You know, that type of thing.
Right.
And I happened to be on the same unit they all was on. I could have slept in the same cot that Mac did. I don't know. But it depending on what cell he was in. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I was me, Sparks, Big Beaver from Kitchen, Pee Wee and Old Man from Lantana, Big Ant, Sparks from Raymond, Big Beaver from Kitchen, Cool from Kitchen, KC from Kitchen, Duck from Jordan Downs, JDC later on Grape Street. I think he rests in peace now, Dwayne Soils. But when they broke up UNV, they sent me to C&D. That's when me and Sam, Daryl Ransom from 107 got tied. And it was me, Sam, and Marlon Black Snake from Carver Park.
Marlon
Ernie
Black
Goff.
from Carver?
Yeah. Ernie Goff, Underdog from Inglewood Family. Lil T from Inglewood Family. They was on C&D with us. A few of us like that was over there on C&D at that time. Rab from Jordan Downs. Later on became Grape Street. Rabbit from Jordan Downs. From my understanding, he incarcerated on that Ray Boy stuff. I don't know, but from my understanding.
What up?
You say what
up to the BAM? I see you in there. Hey, let me ask you this right here, SAG. What was this right here? When you said this right here, what was your thought?
Nobody over here is afraid of dying. You understand me? We lost so many.
Did you catch that?
No, I can't read
that. You understand me? We lost so many.
You said, ain't no. I'm gonna play it again. You listening?
I'm listening.
Nobody
Okay.
over here is afraid of dying, you understand me? We lost so many.
You remember that clip?
Yes, sir.
What was that in response to? In regards to what was that?
At that time, niggas was really trying to kill us over there, man. They wasn't playing with us, cuz.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Niggas was really trying to kill us, and we was losing homies, man, during that period of time. And we was laying it on the line at the time. I can't go no further on that one, but we was laying it on the line back then, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Eh,
that was that at that time. It's some serious shit going on. You feel
In
me?
in your words, Sag, who would you say was the most influential or the most influential in that section? And I mean, you can name as many as people as you want that had the most impact. Who was the most impactful in our section? In your words, I mean, just whoever you want to say. That's on you. That's because that's who
What
you
you
see.
talking about? A person?
Yes, person, or persons.
Okay,
It don't matter.
from our area, our area.
Yes. And
Who
let me
was
explain it
the
a little
most?
better. Let me explain it a little better. When I say most
Okay,
impactful, I'm not talking about somebody that can shoot or somebody. I'm talking about as far as leadership, as far as showing people how to really
man,
carry themselves.
it's no other answer to that. It's unanimous, man. The most impactful person in our area was Kim Tate, alias Bullet, homie, little Bullet, cuz.
Okay.
Little Bullet, cuz he was the most impactful person from our neighborhood. And you want to know why?
Yes.
Because not just one or two, a couple hundred people died because of Kim Tate, homie. It wasn't no one, two, or three. It was a couple hundred people died over Kim Tate, homie. And I'm talking counting both sides. We went to war for 9 years on that. We had hate in our heart for them dudes over there, man. Hate when they did our boy like that, bro. His death changed me. You understand me? So there it is, cuz we had Wayne, we had Tookie over there, we had Donald Norwood over there, we had Robert Thomas, Chili Pimp, we had shit, Heavy Heads and New York TJ Swans. We had some real niggas, Crip Carl, the big bro Bruno. Shit, we had some real Grandy niggas come through there and fuck with us. We had Atlantic Drives, everybody was fucking with us. In Hood, South. Shit, you name it. Palm and Oak, everybody was fucking with us. Hoover, shit. East
Would you
Coast,
say that
shit,
person for the
everybody came.
would you
Go
say
ahead.
that person for the Pyrus would have been Tam, Bartender, or Ray Johnson?
I'm gonna say Mr. Watts on that one, get out on the town, bro. Because I knew the plan. I knew the plan that was behind him. See, they moved too quick on Salt, man. If they had stuck to their plan, it would have been way more devastating than Salty, bro.
Right.
Them guys had a game plan. They wasn't motherfucking playing about town, bro. But by them moving too quick on Salty and didn't stick with the time and the plan, it got Crips on alert because they started riding once Salty got killed. So it got Crips on alert. So now Crips was taking them more seriously now. You know what I'm saying? After they did Salt.
So
So
those incidents rocked the whole city, is what you're telling me.
because you asked me from our hood, but
Right.
as far as our city go, it's Tam and Salty's death.
Okay.
I ain't, especially after Salty, cuz when they kill Salt, shit, cuz it wasn't just the Grandy area rolling for Salt. The whole Compton car moved for Salt. The whole Compton, and if you was part of the meeting or got word on the meeting or whatever, niggas would have known what was supposed to be done after that happened to Salt. Man,
Got
you understand me? So I mean, that went rolled over after Salt death. Now I was in the youth authority, and they used to lock us up for October the 9th
you.
because the rule was if you Compton Crip, cuz put it in for Salt on that day. You put it
Right.
in, cuz. If you Compton Crip, nigga, then you put it in for Salt. They used to gaffle me, Big Ant, Old Man Pee Wee, and them. September to something before the 9th show up. Bam, we in the hole. They let us out late October. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that. And when they did that, some of us just boom, 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 and turned around and went back to the hole anyway. You know
I
what I
know
mean?
when when whatever happened to Tam at that party too as well, that the dynamics of the school changed. Everything just seemed to shift. You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
a whole nother anger, a level of anger associated and attached to that incident. You know what I mean? And I'm sure the same thing was Salty, and it was like everything was on like a teeter totter, going up and
You
down,
see,
back and forth.
here's the thing, I was always trying to get my finger on it. Like, who started the shooting first?
Uh huh.
Between the Piru Street Boys and the Grandy area. I was like, who started the shooting first? And uh it's kind of hard to put the finger because now they shot Mac Brother in 72.
Lee.
They shot Mac Brother in 72. All that is documented. Now,
Right.
it was another boy over there killed on Caldwell, on the corner of Caldwell and one of those streets over there in Nutty area. I think
Right.
that was 72 too. Because in that newspaper it had witness said the shooters fled in the Cadillac. And they were saying that was Piru Street Boys on that incident. And supposedly that was somebody who was a grandee, younger brother. Now, I don't know. I don't know. And then you hear all these tales from other guys saying how this and that was going on. Now, it's some things I witnessed myself. I've been to Rosecrans skating ring in the early 70s. Our parents
Right.
used to drop us off, come pick us up, as kids. That was our
Uh-huh.
festivities. That's what we did. Yeah, we seen them boys hanging out and back, blah, blah. But back then, it wasn't no fighting or no shooting, homie. I can't remember no incidents while I was up there. You know what I mean? We used to go up there to the skating rink. The next day, during the day, we go to the big slide that was across the street from the place. Remember the big slide?
And the go-kart place.
And the go-kart, a big slide thing. Yeah, all that festivity was up in that vicinity. So we went there as kids to participate. You
Right.
understand me? Yeah. That's where all this Crip, Crip, all this stuff setting in and this and that and that. I don't necessarily think it was that. I just think niggas was mutual and wasn't at confrontation during that time period. You understand
Because
me?
if you
But
want to be honest about it, during that time period, we all used to wind up at each other's parties.
there it is. There it is. You get invites to the party. You get invited. Girls invite, guys invite, etc. Like I know some tales personally from my cousin about them going to parties in Piru Hood by invite. You understand
Of
me?
course
He
we
brought up
know.
the he
Of
brought up the
course we know
incident one day
Potato Head,
where
homie.
Arthur was arguing with him.
Potato Head will be our little homie.
Oh, I see.
So
Like I say, I can't see what you're
yeah. Now
saying.
somebody was asking, did either of us know Potato Head? And I tell them,
Yeah, we know
Potato
potato. They
Head
asking us, do we know him? Yes, ma'am. We know him. Yes, ma'am. I seen him grow up, become a part of us. I seen him become a father, have kids. I seen him get in the car, drive cars. Yeah, we know Potato Head. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, sir. Whoever that is, because I can't see.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
my
But
next question to you, Sag, go ahead, finish your thoughts.
no, no, no. I want you to go because I forgot him.
Okay, okay. What was the premise or the ideal behind the CC Rider meeting at Compton High? What was that? How did you and a couple of others, and I don't want to name them because I don't know, I wasn't there because I was in jail at the time. How did that come about? If you can elaborate on it.
It came about after we were shot at on road by old boy from Cedar Block. So we go into pursuit to try to catch up to old boy and pulled up on the dice game, the treetop. Little James is in the dice game. When I come out the car, I had something on me, but I didn't have it up in a threatening matter or nothing. Maybe they didn't even see it because I held it down my side. But all I did was ask them about old boy that came through shooting because we knew who it was. We said, well, blah, 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 blah. They said, no, he ain't come through here. You know what I mean? I told them, I said, yeah, well, I know y'all ain't got nothing to do with it, nothing, homie. I said, but just let old boy know we on to his ass. You know what I mean? And we get in the car and dark. But while I'm having that conversation, I seen some writing on the wall that really, really got my attention. Telling me that organizing and getting their shit together. Now, what they showed me on the wall, I was paying attention that they was doing. Well, on one thing, the other thing I saw was brand new to me, but it got my attention. So a little after that, like me and Sammy's in Long Beach. No, you know me and Sammy's in the comedy. You familiar with the comedy?
Right, right.
We sometimes we get the bus home on Long Beach Boulevard. Instead of hopping off on Palmer, I get off on Greenleaf, cut to the south. To go to the hood. Just I walk to the south. And Hub and Poochie from Palmer Block had just got killed. And I had Poochie and Hub and Poochie, RIPBC, since they was from Palmer Block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I was cutting through the south to come home, to go to the hood, a little youngster spotted my sweatshirt. And he go forward on the south, says there's some Palmers in the hood. So they converge on me. Woo, woo. Melly, you should have seen how they converged on me, bro. They was ready to rip a Palmer head off. You understand me?
Right.
And when they got up on me, hey, cut, that's the big homie sex. Like, what's saying? The homie talking about this, some Palmer blocks in the hood. I said, well, he must be talking about this. And I turn around so they could read the sweatshirt, right? I say, because Pyros killed them, I say, I don't understand y'all, cuz with this. I said, y'all gonna be y'all after each other, but these Pyros gonna be killing y'all niggas still anyway. They run across you niggas, right? So when I get back to the hood, I was telling them about it, how they converged on me. And I'm like, man, we need to do something about it. I say, cause man, Pyro's still killing us though, bro. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I mean? I say, don't make no sense. And then one homie like, shit, son, you know somebody, everybody, shit, all you got to do is just let everybody know, let's do, let everybody know what you discussing with us. Cause I was telling them about the shit I seen on the wall when we went at the boy and what I thought these guys was doing, I started putting all kind of killings that happened in the city amongst Crips and at a time frame, and that's when we was losing countless guys from various sets. It wasn't just no one set getting it. They even hit us, but the two homies survived that they shot when they came and got this. And like I say, how I take things 30 years and 40 years to reveal the truth. It was this one guy responsible for like 75% of them, all that shit that was going on, homie. And the reason why he was doing it, I understand why. And I just leave it at that.
Okay. So, but this has something to do with the UBN then.
Exactly. They unified in prison, spread it to the streets, and it organized them in a better way, bruh.
Okay.
You understand me? And it organized them in a better way, bruh. When they brought that love, the camaraderie from in their home. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And shit, and they got busy. I'm not mad at them. I mean, it was a game we all signed up to play. Like I said, it's all about respect. Boils down to respect, homie. You understand me? That's what it all boiled down to. Like I say, I used to hate power rules. I never thought it'd ever be a day in my life I'd get along with them. Period. You know, I was that hard-headed, knuckle-headed ass, but they family now. I love them. I even had relatives that was them when I felt that way.
Uh-huh.
You understand me? But I wasn't no dirty ass nigga where I do family behind some shit. But that's how I felt, despite them being family and from over there. But I mean, I wouldn't bring that energy on them, but I had them feelings
Gotcha.
about them. You know what I mean? They was killing my people. They was killing my friends. How else was I supposed to feel, bro? You understand me? But shit, like I say, it's a mutual respect. They family. I love them. I can't be mad. How am I gonna be mad at like I try to explain to the little homie? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because you are image of your ops, homie. Look in the mirror. You are the image of your ops. You the reason why you have them. The guy in this mirror. Look in the mirror. If you one of them niggas, them down ass niggas for your hood, repping y'all shit, dump on a nigga in a minute, this, that, and the third, that's why your area's in danger.
That's why I said today, I said Damus and Keyways. Your competition isn't Damus and Keyways. Your competition is your procrastination, your ego, your unhealthy consumption of the
in the mirror.
lifestyle.
It's you in the mirror. You know how many guys that went out on their own and done some things, brother, that cost 10 people their lives because of their actions? You understand me? Oh, nigga, this whoop, 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 and you go out and boom, 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 and them niggas come back, and over the years, 10 people died over that shit, over that initial shit. But we still got these niggas, man. They run around still taking the shit and smoking blunts like they ain't the cause of nothing, Melly.
Yep.
You understand me? Like when you gonna find
it's don't got so convoluted now. They'll do something and don't even tell. You know what I mean? They just do it and just internet. You know what I mean?
I mean, we do all kind of backwards shit. But since I got you on your platform, we got some people tapping here. Come on, y'all. We can't be going ass backwards all the time, cuz. You understand me? And then it's sometimes, man, where we have to throw right and wrong in the equation. We have to, cuz. You understand me? And what I'm getting to is this. It was an incident at a park a few weeks ago. Now, that incident, what happened, wasn't brought upon by the people who was already there. Okay? Danger showed up there. Danger showed up. And them boys had no other choice. No other choice. And it's only right that all y'all was there, show up in court for them boys' behalf on self-defense. Snitching and all that bullshit don't play a role in this type of situation. Because none of them boys is in violation and wasn't wrong at all. And they shouldn't be sitting in jail for that shit.
They got a DA reject.
It's a reject?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. So we ain't got to go through all that then, right? Thank you, Lord. Lord, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the only reason that could be, it must have been them two that lost weapon that got the innocent person then. Huh? Because I wasn't there, Melly, you know what I mean? I'm just escalating. You know what I mean? I wasn't there, but you know. But thank you, Lord. You said did some boys coming home?
Yep.
Thank you, Lord. Prayers answered. Thank you, Lord. Because I prayed on that. Lord, thank you.
What detached us as a people in the way that made us so angry and hateful towards one another? What is that? Because in the 60s, SAG, we were very happy, joyous, come together. God, there was times where if I had bread and didn't have no bologna, you would go to the store down there and get 15, 20 cents worth of bologna, and we had sandwiches.
Say that again. Say that again, Melly.
We lost that. We can. If I had eggs, and
you had them.
You might have bacon. We come together.
Yeah, exactly. You come to the door asking for some egg, and but you don't have bacon, but you got egg. You say, what you make breakfast? Yeah, man, shit, I ain't got no bacon. I got some bacon. Yeah, come on, get you some. You know, that's what we did. Right. Now your breakfast is complete. You know what I mean? Exactly what we did when they was stealing in the riots and shit like that. They was bringing that shit to my mama and them. My mama was sharing with the people in our neighborhood. What people from Watson, LA was bringing to Compton from the riot to us, giving it to her. You know, whatever it was, food, TVs, or whatever it was. My mom and I, we don't need spy TVs in this house. Go down there next door so that she won't want. And we take one down the street to so and so now, and shit like that.
Well, I always say that jealousy can hide in support, envy can hide, and it just crazy, man. How this stuff, man. It just I try to keep things in perspective, but at the same time, man, people is always just. I don't get it sometimes. You know what I mean? I be lost for words. You know what I mean? Because of the way I know the way our people was before our people became who they are today. You know what I mean?
Where we are now. Where we are now. So that's what I'm saying. This is where we gotta make a plea to these kids, brother. You know, we needed to end at us, homie. We don't need to allow this trend to continue, Melly. We got to do something with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here's the thing. Let me break it down. Jealousy can hide in compliments. Envy can hide in support. And love can hide in hate. But just because somebody's saying it don't mean they got it for you. You know? That just,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, but with me and you, that's the opposite. We've been through adversities and other things. Me and you been in situations where we relied on each other for our life, for our life, homie. Like, I know Melly got this, cause I know sleep on alert. I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and I love having went nowhere, despite some conflict in betweens and this, I love having went anywhere. I respect having went anywhere, man. And it won't, because we have more good fortunes than we do have misfortunes
Right.
in regards to our relationship. Me and you know what I'm
How many?
saying?
Yeah. How many nights you think we went to sleep in my car?
Sleep. See, because guys wasn't like us back then. We didn't rush to rob. We was patient. We staked things out. We did this. We did that. You know what I'm saying? Then we do all that. You understand? So guys don't know nothing about sleeping in the motherfucking car 24 hours, sitting in the car 24 hours, watching something, taking turns using bathrooms and shit like that, just like the police would do when they staking
Stakeout,
out
bro.
drug dealers and carrying. Yeah, we was the opposite. We staking out money,
Shout out to
some
Mike
quick cash,
Marks. See you
shit
later, Mike.
like that.
Right.
And we were a lot more patient because back then, we felt like if you're playing, you stay out of jail. You're playing, you have a plan, you stay out of jail. That's how we thought. Guys don't plan nothing. They shit simultaneously now, man.
Right.
They shit is
Right.
simultaneously now. It's more of a fad. It's more of a fad than it
The
was a
rappers,
fashion.
the rappers gang banging harder than the gang bangers.
And game bangers dress like rappers and entertainers these days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how we say back in the day, you knew who the Crips were immediately when you spotted them, and then you could tell the other guys when you spotted them. It was how we dressed and presented ourselves. And it ain't no reason to say, oh, well, them types of clothes ain't out no more. No, that's bullshit. The same gear we was wearing back then, you can find right now today. Levi's, biscuits, shoes you can shine up, shit like that, brother. You can still find your nice brim to put on
Wallabies and
your head.
Romeos
Yeah,
and
yeah. You can
broken
still find a
sacks.
nice brim or something to put on your head, this, that, and the third. But they don't get down like that now, brother. They all about tape fades and designer belts and designer jeans and Gucci shirts and and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? We wasn't on that Melly type thing. You know what I mean? They it's a different world, and material things do play into lifestyle in these
True.
times, bro.
True.
Mm.
Well, SAG, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man. It's
Man,
been a
I
pleasure as
appreciate you.
usual, man. You provided a lot of context to some answers that we were wanting to know, and we appreciate you for that, bro. And I'll
Man,
be
shit,
tapping
it
in with
takes
you soon,
somebody
man.
answering them questions. It takes the person to answer them questions. So
Yeah.
if they like what they got out of me, that's because you got it out of me, bro. Like I say, it ain't too many cats can warm my brain up, man. Like you and
Hey,
Sammy, man.
Rob Media Group say that tell you we on next week, SAG.
Okay, tell nephew what it do, man. Tell that motherfucker I ain't got no contacts no more in my phone, so I don't have a number on him no more.
You got to call him, bro.
I don't have him. He could text me and say this me, and I've logged him in my phone.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. Well, SAG, you
A
enjoy the rest
call
of
or
your
whatever.
evening, man, and we'll talk soon. And
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
one love, SAG.
All the time, cuz.
SAG don't have a Facebook, bro. You gotta hit my
I'm
hit
off
my
Facebook.
Instagram. Hit my Instagram, the Hood Postman, and I'll make sure you get the number, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Everybody need a
telling that
number.
guy.
Okay, who all needs the number? How DM Melly on his Instagram. He'll slide it to y'all.
Okay. All right,
Cause I
Crips
ain't on
SAG.
Facebook no
First
more.
SAG. The first SAG, y'all. Shout out to
Yes,
the
sir.
hey, SAG. Where can they find you at though? They need to know where to come follow you.
I'm just at Harvey Hartfield, the first SAG, because I ain't got the first SAG Hartfield account no more. They won't give it back to me, YouTube. That's
Okay.
why I got this one I got. So
Oh,
yeah. I should have
okay.
put my YouTube. I mean, I should have had my YouTube name on this motherfucker. It just got my name in here though.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
you right.
well, shout out to SAG. We'll speak soon, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, loved one. God bless us all.
God bless. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Grooms. It has been a real phenomenal day. We bringing SAG, Dwayne Harvey Hartfield on, a.k.a. the Mad Hatter, a.k.a. Sancho himself. Man, we got to always, pay homage and give due his credit. That's just what it is. So.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a pro bitch the time of day. They see me climbing.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. Thanks for everybody joining us in today. Once again, we're about deliverance from the things that ill you and deliver you to the things that heal you. That's what the Hood Postman is about. Until the next time, peace. Marlena Williams, please go ahead and lock the door because we are gone.